And now for something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and Fasted. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe, Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at? Always going in, never doubted. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. Be the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you and you. And don't think I forgot about you. For the next hour, and maybe a little longer, you can call me, 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me, at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if this is your first time listening to my show, my name's Ryan Hoppe, and I am the host of this nationally syndicated, award-winning radio show where we talk about celebrity news, we talk about dating, and I don't like the term shock jock or whatever, but I definitely do speak my mind on this show. And I have a lot of things to get into. So usually on the first segment, I do kind of like an opening monologue, only I don't have writers and I don't fake laugh at my own jokes like Jimmy Fallon. But I write down things during the week that I want to discuss. And we'll get to celebrity news later. But first, the NFL is back and everyone's excited. But not everybody's happy that it's only on Peacock, some of the games. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I was born in 1993. I never had cable growing up. And let me tell you, I'm sure that when Monday Night Football, when it went from basic TV to cable, people were freaking out. I'm sure there were TV shows in the 80s and 70s that once they went to cable, everybody was mad that it wasn't just on basic TV. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery that are mad that Peacock is having games that are only on Peacock. That's just the way the future is going. A lot of the people that are mad about Peacock only having the games are people that are 55 plus that can't figure out how to use a streaming service to save their life. I've only had cable once in my life, and it was YouTube TV. That's barely cable because it was very easy to cancel. I've never had cable. I've always had the streaming services because I'm a millennial. And when I moved out of my house in 2014, going into 2015, I used an HDMI cord to my laptop, or I've just used Netflix, Hulu, Max, Peacock, Paramount. And then people complain about the price. Oh my God, there's 5 streaming services now, and it's becoming the price of cable. Not really. If you have all 4 services, it's pretty much $40, $50 a month. Cable is still more than that. And then people get mad that the streaming services are costing money. And it's not just like 2012 when everything was on Netflix and some was on Hulu. It was going to become a saturated market at some point. It wasn't just going to be on Netflix forever. People complain about things changing. It's like, I'm sure when TV came around in the 50s, I'm sure people were mad that, oh, it's not just the radio anymore. You can either change with the time, or you can complain forever and just be a miserable prick. You decide. Also, I've noticed that whenever football comes back, you get the nerds who probably didn't like football growing up because the football players made fun of them. Or they're people that play Magic the Card Gathering at age 35, so they have this vendetta against sports. But there is nothing more that irks me than when somebody uses the term sports ball. Oh, you're watching the sports ball. Oh, you're playing Magic the Card Gathering at age 37. Are you any better? Everybody's got their thing. I can't stand with all my heart when a nerd or even a girl, I don't care how pretty she is. Oh, you watching sports ball? Cool. You watch The Bachelor. Everybody has their thing. It drives me absolutely, positively off the wall. Now, I was born in 1993, and my little cousin, Nathan, who's not so little, he's 17 years old. He's a man. He was born in 2007. So obviously, 2007, unfortunately, was 17 years ago, going on 18. But I had an existential crisis the other day while I was watching my little cousin's football game. He plays for a high school in Illinois. And now that we're in the future, the high school was being broadcasted on YouTube. So I watched the game. It was very good. His team is 2-0. They need to learn how to score some points on offense. And even he will admit that. But he did a very good job, and his team won. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There was one thing that was said during that broadcast that really made me feel old. Like when I tell you that it made me feel old, that's not saying enough. So there were two announcers. The play-by-play announcer was like the teacher who does the morning announcements or the video class. And the other announcer sounded much more older than he was, and he was 17 years old. And there was about 4 minutes left in the game, and the announcer goes, if they win this game, they will be 2-0 for the first time in 2013, which was a lifetime ago in the way that I didn't have kids yet, and my co-host was 6 years old. And that epiphany, because 2013, 2014 were fun years for me because I was a young adult. That epiphany that I was the same age at that point as they're about to be in 2 years, and that was more than a decade ago, it doesn't feel like anybody was young in 2013. I know a lot of my listeners are Gen Z, and they're like, well, I was 9. But for me, it felt like everybody was 20 and above. That, to me, absolutely, positively, I just had that moment. I was also on an edible, and I was laying in bed, and I was like, oh, my God, is that a thing? So it is September 10th. 2024. And the first week of the NFL was on TV. Da-da-da-da-da. And the overreaction is very real. I saw that Nicolas Cage looking guy known as Nick Wright. Or I think he looks like Keanu Reeves, one of the two. But I saw Nick Wright on Fox Sports 1 saying, are the Bengals done? Just because they lost to the Patriots. And that is everything that is wrong with the national media when it comes to sports. Is they have 24 hours to fill. So they just say absolutely, positively a bunch of nonsense. The only one that keeps it real to me is Pat McAfee. Also, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tom Brady had his first broadcast. Cleveland Browns with their rapist quarterback. No, not Ben Roethlisberger from retirement. And the Dallas Cowboys Tom Brady did his first play-by-play announcing. And you would have thought from the hate on social media, you would have thought that it was the worst thing of all time. You would have thought that he had no idea what he was doing and he was absolutely awful. Here is a little bit of it.
He's Tom Brady, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt, and you're a broadcaster. How about that?
We're here. It's been quite a journey, but I love being your partner.
I'm excited as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You can be my partner whenever, bruh. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's the same thing that happened to Caitlin Clark when she started in the WNBA back in May. Everybody wants to hate on the popular guy or girl. Everybody wants to go, oh, he was awful, da-da-da, I didn't think he was that bad. If his name was anything else, if his name was Joe Schmo, you'd be going, that's a pretty good average announcer. But because it's the greatest football player of all time, every nerdy sports radio host, because I have Sirius XM, so I was listening to some of the shows, I was checking social media, you would have thought that he forgot to turn on his microphone and he was talking without a microphone for 20 minutes, and everyone's like, he was very stiff. It was his first time doing a broadcast. Here's a little bit of it.
It's a big man. I think he's going to be dealing with this type of pressure. Talked about this with some of these young offensive linemen.
Close your eyes and pretend it's not Brady.
Tomlinson just gets by Martin. Nothing the quarterback can do when you're standing there and they get to the middle of the pocket. What a catch and what a throw.
It's not that bad. It's a little robotic, but it's not bad. Everybody just wants to hate on Brady. I noticed it was like the Jets fans and the Dolphins fans and everybody that hates Brady because he appears to have such a perfect life, even though his wife cheated on him with a karate teacher.
Tight coverage on Ward. We love talking about that matchup all week. What's it going to be like with CeeDee Lamb and Denzel Ward? And
he wasn't Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller was the worst announcer ever. I remember being in first grade watching it and being like, even this guy sucks, and I'm 7 years old.
Out blitz, they're bringing all six. And they can only block 5 of them. Dak knows it and lays it up there to Sky deep.
This isn't bad. This is passable. This is a 7 out of 10. Now, can he relax a little bit because he's talking fast? Yeah, but he's the most famous football player maybe of all time, and he's doing announcing.
Deals with more double teams than anyone. Gets the chip. Jones got him, but he's just too athletic to get up.
The only thing I would critique is he's like trying to do an announcer voice, and he's not talking like when he's doing his Tom Brady podcast with that awful hack known as Jim Gray. He's kind of talking like he's a morning radio host. Someone needs to talk to him and be like, just talk.
Underneath Teller to the
because it doesn't even sound like Brady.
Middle of the pocket. This is what you deal with when you're a great rusher, and the only way to overcome that. It's a big man he's going against, and Tyler Guyton, but...
All right, you get the point. The outpour of hatred from Twitter, I'm telling you, ever since Elon Musk took over Twitter, everything sucks. Especially Kamala. She loves to suck. But everything sucks. Nothing's good. Everything's terrible. It's infuriating, to be honest. Hatred's everywhere. So I had this epiphany the other day. That I can be a little loud. Me being loud? Who would have thought? So I go to this kava bar known as the Chill Room, and I hang out and do my thing. And there was this guy who played in the NFL named Ian Beckles, who I produced his radio show, and he turned on me and told everybody, oh, you shouldn't hire Hoppe as a podcast producer. You should hire my guy. Even though he's acting like my boy to my face. And I talked smack, and then it got around, and for about a year, I was like, how did everybody find out? Well, the other day, I was at a kava bar. and I was talking about the Tyreek Hill incident, which we'll get to later. And I said how I don't respect cops. And I think even the good cops don't have any power. And all the bad cops are the ones that run all the departments. And this woman from across the room goes, well, I don't agree with that. And I went, you don't agree with what? She's like, my husband is a police officer, and I think that's incorrect. And first of all, her husband either has to be doing desk duty, or is just, guiding traffic, because he's not in shape. If you would have told me, what does that guy do for a living? If you would have told me police officer, I would have laughed. So I said to her, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, I said, I don't remember asking you for your opinion. And when I tell you, you could have heard a pin drop, it was very awkward. Mm-hmm. But that's just how I work, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And of course you're going to side with the police. That's your husband. Mm-hmm. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hard-working average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the Midwest or the UK, wherever you live. As long as you're listening to Hoppe Hour, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio, that streaming device, however the hell you are listening. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Flip mode, yours truly, Pat Poos, let's go.
All your sweet talk, it don't mean a thing. Let me break it down for you, make it simple and clean. I got a question, not gonna ask twice. When you're chilling with a girl on Saturday night, you try to play me, acting like a fool. Saw you kissing up another girl, breaking the rules. Have your fun in the game, but when you get home, lady, you'll be packing your things. Cause you thought you had the best of me, but you just didn't see. Should stop before you mess around. That's gonna work it out. You were everything to me, but sorry, babe. Everything will be alright. You don't mean a thing, not a thing to me. Thought you read it, babe. You were everything to me, but sorry, babe. Everything will be alright. You don't mean a thing, not a thing to me. Thought you read it, tell me one thing before I let it out. Was she worth the problems that you're asking? Having now, but you can have her. Call her up on the phone, tell her that you're coming over. I don't want you to know. So just wait for. Get your lies out my face. Take it to your other girl, she can deal with the case. So cause you started the game. There's nothing more that you can say to get me to stay. You thought you had the best of me, but you just didn't see. Should stop before you mess around. That's gonna work it out. You were
should feel honored. We live in the days of our lives with no Oscar. Even though I'm young and restless from all the drama, relationships is something like a soap opera. Cause if your man met you and left his ex-girl, what make you think he won't leave you for the next girl? Caught your husband creeping with the girl next door. It came back like a boomerang, you vexed girl. Equality is what keep me and my lady standing. So when I tell her she pretty, she tell me I'm handsome. If you and your man had a misunderstanding, let me bone your mind to this understanding. He supposed to teach you to understand him. So that's not a misunderstanding, that's a misunderstanding. He treats you like trash, somebody will treat you better. Cause one man's trash is another man's treasure.
You thought you had the best of me. You had the best of me. I knew, but you just didn't see. Should've thought before you messed around. I'm experts going
Sing it, baby. Oh, yeah. That was Addictive, featuring Papoose with Everything. The reason I played it, it's 17 years old, and it's not copywritten, so I can play it on my show. That's how I roll.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Metro 9, Kava and Kratom at mitra-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20% on the best Kava and Kratom around. This is also being brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com, the best Delta 8 CBD around. Do you notice this trend that I surround myself with the best around? And finally, for this segment, it's been brought to you by Fortify.com, the best pre-workout. Almost had a perfect live read. If this was any other radio show, they would have redone the whole segment. And then had fake prank calls at 7 a.m. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you go to Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com, and at checkout, use keyword Ryan20, you can save 20%. Woohoo!
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Now for something completely different.
Did you know Ryan Hoppe is bipolar? He loves it, no he hates it. He loves it, no he hates it. Get what we did there. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. Sing it, AI.
Ryan's tall like the sky. 6'9", he's fly. From Chicago to the Bay. In St. Pete he'll stay. Talk of love and fame. Dating life's his game. News on stars he spills. see.
Yeah, bitch.
Ryan's got the groove. Hoppe Hour makes you move.
Here's the best part.
A cat by the side. Meow. In Florida they reside.
856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. All right, enough of that. It's so much fun making that music at suno.com, suno.com. I literally type in what I want, and it creates it. Here's the deal. I want to talk about this. Dave Grohl had a love child outside of his marriage. Whoa. You're telling me rock stars cheat? I would have never thought. I've been around local cover bands, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, especially bass players, most of them cheat. Because a lot of times they get into an argument with their wife or whatever. Then they go to the concert and there's some groupie, some washed up 45-year-old woman with big boobies, and she's like ready to have sex, and they might have a tour bus. And it seems like that is what Dave Grohl did. Dave Grohl has this perfect, squeaky clean image of, oh, I grill meat for people and I donate to the poor and I'm a cool bro. Obviously, you're not a good husband. And in a weird kind of messed up way, I don't even really blame him in the way that, here's how I'll explain it. He just shouldn't be married. Now, Perez Hilton, I don't like playing his stuff because he irritates me. And he seems like somebody you wouldn't want to be friends with. But he's the only available news source at this current moment for this video. Because I'm sure the media doesn't even want to talk about it because he's everyone's favorite. Dave Grohl.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
All right, let's see what Perez Hilton has to say.
Oh my God. Huge breaking news.
Oh, he's still going with that. Oh my God, 2009 called. But then again, who am I to talk about being outdated as I'm doing a 2000s morning show?
Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl got a little foo.
Yeah.
Dave is happily married to his wife.
Oh, is he?
And they've been married for over 20 years.
Yeah, that's the problem, too. When you're a rock star or an athlete and you've been in a marriage for a long time, and you're on the road and you're not near your family and you have urges, it's hard. And here's the thing. This is why I think Travis Kelce cheats, is a lot of men are dogs, especially famous guys. You never want to meet your heroes. And here's the other thing. How dumb is Dave for, first of all, completing the task within the woman and not getting a vasectomy? Let me look up how old he is. Dave Grohl is 55 years old. At this point, you should be getting a vasectomy. If you guys didn't know this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the vasectomy, of the gallery, I got a vasectomy.
Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy? Well, now you know, and we aren't even sure why we told you. Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy?
Now you do. Well, here's the thing. It's really not that big of a deal. They play with your area down there, whatever, and then you shouldn't even be shooting blanks, but you're good. Why are you at least not wearing a condom? Why are you getting a girl pregnant? Why are you completing the task of creating a kid? What a groupie.
And Dave has just confirmed that he had a relationship with another woman.
Yeah.
We don't know the exact details of that relationship, but a baby was born.
Dun, dun, dun.
Literally minutes ago, Dave took to social media to say, quote, "I've recently become the father of a new baby daughter born outside of my marriage. I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and my children."
That baby in 18 years is going to have such daddy issues.
And I am doing everything I can to regain their trust.
Regain the trust with your family that you cheated on. That's you manipulating them, gaslighting them. You know what you were doing. You weren't drugged.
And earn their forgiveness.
Yeah.
We're grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward together.
Oh, man. This is not good. I mean, it's to be expected. He's a rock star. I've been around local radio shows that are popular. They cheat. You get power, your wife's annoying and whatever.
Man.
All right, enough of Perez Hilton. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that headline, and I just felt sad for him that he decided to go through with the whole act of completing a kid. Like, I interviewed DJ Who Kid, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, and he said 50 Cent had boxes of condoms. I'm not saying I didn't look down on Dave Grohl for cheating, but I looked down on him more for getting her pregnant and not getting a vasectomy or getting condoms or giving her the Plan B pill or making sure she's on the pill. You're an idiot. And I would love to have his wife and that side chick in the same room. Oh, my goodness. And think about it, too. That kid, his daughter's going to have such a weird life because, yeah, that woman used him for money, but did not surprise me. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773.
A wild Sunday.
I didn't mean to play that. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, I've been having this trend recently of sleeping in almost a little bit too much. But on Sunday, I slept in until 12:50, and I was all the way at a girl's house in Tampa, and I'm like, crap. Football begins in like 10 minutes, and I got to get to St. Pete to watch it. So I missed the first half. But I saw on Barstool Sports that Tyreek Hill was in a little bit of trouble, and I didn't really know. I have this weird thing, man, where I don't check social media for like the first hour because I feel anxious when I wake up. So I kind of saw it on my Facebook, and I was like, I'll deal with that later. But oh my goodness, there's a lot to break down here.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Dun, dun, dun. Right here on Hoppe Hour.
A wild Sunday of football wrapping up late last night, with the first Sunday night football game of the season going to overtime, with the Lions outlasting the Rams.
It is a Detroit Lion overtime win!
The day a roller coaster for the Dolphins.
They put him in handcuffs.
On his way to the game, Miami star wide receiver Tyreek Hill detained in cuffs near Hard Rock Stadium.
Now, was he being a little bit of a punk? And I'll play the audio in a second. Yeah, he probably should have rolled down the window when the officer asked to. But you would have thought he threatened to kill him the way those punk-ass cops just threw him to the ground.
And accused of reckless driving. Officers surrounding Hill. Another angle showing the incident.
They arrested Reed!
The police department saying one of the officers involved in the incident has been placed on administrative duties during...
Yeah, you know the cop that was taken on leave. You know his wife cheats on him all the time, or he takes out the aggression on her. I'm not saying all cops are bad, but the bad ones are the ones with power. In this rap song called Chicago by LEP Bogus Boys, they say the biggest street gang is the CPD, being the Chicago Police Department. They have a lot of power. Now, Tyreek was going very fast, but these cops get such a power trip because they get a slap on the wrist because there's nothing the everyday average Joe can do about it because they're cops.
During the investigation, Hill, speaking out after the game, asked why the police put him in handcuffs.
It wasn't disrespectful, you know, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss.
And then I see these comments from people on the right that are probably racist. Like this guy, Matt Walsh, that I always see on my Twitter that I despise. And he's like, well, this is the same guy that beat up somebody and is a deadbeat dad. That doesn't mean he should be thrown to the ground during a traffic arrest. It was the same concept with George Floyd. Everybody was like, oh, well, he's a criminal. Oh, well, he was high on fentanyl or whatever. It doesn't mean you put your knee on somebody for 7 minutes. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what someone's past is. That doesn't give the cops right to do things. And you right-wing nut jobs are the reason why people don't like the cops.
Didn't do none of that. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out.
And reflecting.
What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, bro? Like,
that's a good point. I used to drive around with a lot of black people, and I'm not saying that to sound cool. In the suburbs, I lived in a neighborhood where a lot of African Americans got out of the bad neighborhood in Chicago and they moved to the suburbs, and they would have like 8 people living in a house. And I used to get pulled over at 1 a.m. for no reason whenever I had them in the car. And this is alleged. But one time I had barely a marijuana leaf in my car, in like a little baggie. And all my black friends got taken to jail, and I was let go. It's a real thing. Riding while black. It's a problem. Tyreek Hill is correct when he says this.
Worst case scenario.
But he was released in time to lead a comeback to beat the Jaguars.
You know that cop that arrested him watching the game, or just detained him, not arrested, was like, damn it. I almost was employee of the month. I'm definitely not husband of the month.
Oh, he's a ghost! Even making light of the situation with his touchdown celebration.
Hell yeah, role model the kids.
Bills safety Damar Hamlin completing a remarkable comeback of his own.
It is just incredible.
20 months after suffering cardiac arrest on the field.
That was 20 months ago? It feels like it was this year.
Hamlin made his first start for the Bills in a win against the Cardinals.
It's got to be weird for Damar to think like, I don't know, like you could die at any point. I mean, that can go for all of us, but literally he died. And you didn't hear him going, oh, I saw Jesus in heaven.
So yesterday, the Cowboys-Browns game marking Tom Brady's move from the field to the broadcast booth.
You're a broadcaster. How about that?
All right, we talked about that earlier. 856-49-HOPPE. Now, right here, this is a visual, so you can find it on social media. But here's the audio of the Miami police pulling over Tyreek Hill. They're motorcycle cops. That sound effect just reminds me of Sons of Anarchy.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Because he didn't have his seatbelt on. I hate when cops do that. When they pull you over and they ask you over and over, it's like, because I didn't have it on. Just give me a ticket and let me go.
Like what? Why do you have it on?
And there's all these cars driving by. So Hill rolls up the window.
Hey, keep your window down.
Why did you have to keep the window down? He's not doing anything. So then the cop's mad that he doesn't roll down the window. Which it's really not that big of a deal.
Hey, keep your window down.
You're not supposed to talk to cops when you get pulled over.
Keep your window down, I'm gonna get you out of the car.
That's such an escalation. Keep your window down, I'm gonna get you out of the car. The cop just wants a confrontation. Like, I always roll up my window. Whenever I've gotten pulled over, I roll it up. I don't want to say anything to you. You're not my friend. You're not my homie. You're not my mentor. Get out of here.
As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, Get out of the car. Give me your ass, we'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car.
We'll break the freaking window. Really? You power trip douchebags? And this is them on a body cam. Can you imagine what they would do without a body cam? I'm talking to you, Polk County.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out.
And then they open his door.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of Dallas do you understand? Hey.
I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, We have a problem with cops in this country because there are good cops. Because like the whole defunding the police thing in Seattle was moronic. But then you also have like people when you live in like a red state that worship cops. There needs to be a in the middle. The problem with cops is they're always looking for arrests or tickets because that's their job. If they could go a day or two without tickets because nothing was wrong, that'd be fine. But it's a money machine. So the problem is they're always looking for things.
Drew, hey Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew.
These guys sound like background actors in Scarface. Dude.
I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it.
When you tell me to do something, you do it. Even though at home, my wife is cheating on me with the pool boy.
You understand? I'm getting up, you understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. I'm getting You're a little out. fucking confused. I'm getting out, bro. Too late. Too late. All right.
So, if you want to hear more of that video, it's online. But we have a big problem, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The problem is nothing can be done about it. Nothing can be done about it because they have all the power. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Because you have people that hate the cops. You have people like me that don't respect the cops but get that we need it. The problem is this. And I've said this before in this rant, and I will say it again. Listen to me clearly. There are plenty of great cops out there. There are. But they don't have power. The bad cops are the ones that run the department. The bad cops are the Derek Chauvins that literally kill somebody, and everybody watches. Nobody speaks up. And then in cities like Baltimore, you had the thing where they spoke up, and then they put rats on the cop car. 856-49-HOPPY. I see this here. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She gave her boyfriend, Ken Urker, a special piece of jewelry. She gave him a promise ring. This kid is going to be so messed up. I find the whole promise ring to be so immature. Like, I know Gypsy Rose Blanchard probably has the mindset of a 12-year-old. But, ooh, I got you a promise ring. Cool. Riveting. Also here, Kristen Cavallari talks about being a MILF. I find Kristen Cavallari so attractive. I don't know what she saw in Jay Cutler. So obviously she has kind of a bad taste in men. And he had this thing called the Jay Cutler Show with Waddle and Sylvie in Chicago, which the name Waddle and Sylvie is the most Chicago thing ever. But every Monday, he would be live from a bar and would talk about the game. And Jay didn't talk to any of the fans. And Kristen Cavallari in 2013 was talking to all the fans. That was a problem there, folks. All right, here's Kristen Cavallari.
Kristen, look, I've got to ask. So, this thing with your relationship with Mark, like people are just enamored by it, right?
I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah.
But you guys have talked a little bit about potentially wanting to get married. How serious are those conversations?
I mean,
she's dating a younger guy. I've been with a lot of older women. It always ends with the awkwardness of you're in a different stage of your life.
I think initially when you get into a relationship, you kind of just like gauge where the other person is at. But we're not having those conversations. That's not something I'm looking for right now.
Not like every
Why would she marry a 24-year-old?
Day, though. But
this is just a midlife crisis fling, and the dude's like, she's really experienced, and it's fun.
Not like a day. It's not like a...
Like, no, we're not talking about getting married right
I mean, he says, like, his goal is to, get married and have kids, you know?
I mean, I know.
Yeah, this paparazzi's really giving her a crisis here. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Is he moving faster than you are a little bit, or...
This guy's really trying to break them up. Her boyfriend at home is like, shut up, paparazzi.
We're at the same place, but we did have a conversation that we're just tabling all of those serious conversations and we're just enjoying each other right now.
Got it. So it's just like...
There's no point.
If it happens, if he pops the question, you're not saying no.
I'm not saying yes.
Wow. This paparazzi is probably like on Tinder and falls in love so fast. Like he goes on a date with a girl and is like, so, like, what's the chance we're going to get married? I noticed it a lot with millennials in their mid-30s. Like, I got to get married. I got to get married. I got to get a girlfriend. Why? Why would you want to do that in 2024 going on 2025?
I have no need to get married now, right? I've done the whole thing.
You're just enjoying it?
I'm just I really like Mark. I'm having a good time. And he's young, so he could get married in 10 years, you know?
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
And so, look, you put out that it's just kind of weird, but like the best sex you ever had, right? Makes for a great podcast conversation.
You're playing truth or dream.
Right?
I've been recognized in public before where people will ask me, they're like, is what this local radio show in Tampa said about you true? Blah, blah, blah. Like I was at this Mexican restaurant here in St. Petersburg where I record about 5 weeks ago with my mom. And this guy who looked like a skinny version of the comic book guy from The Simpsons with a ponytail wearing like a Metallica shirt. Looked like your typical deadbeat dad. He's like, so, what happened to your ex? I'm like, we broke up. He's like, figures. And then he kept asking me different things, and I had to like literally go in the car. And what I did was I loaded up the settings on my iPhone, and I pretended that I had to take a call. So let me do this real quick. He's like, yeah, so do you talk to this radio guy anymore? Do you do this and that? And then I went, right here, let me get the phone sound effect. I was like, yeah, I'm getting a call from my boss. And my mom's in the car after she got the food and was like, what did your boss want? I was like, did you see that mutant behind me talking to me? And my point is, I'm not famous, but I'm known. And when you have people asking you in public over and over about things, it's pretty irritating. And I can't imagine being Kristen Cavallari where you're just trying to get out of that situation and that guy keeps talking and talking and talking. I saw this here, and I thought this was interesting. New York Giants fans are burning Daniel Jones's jersey, the same jersey they spent hundreds on, because you're a bunch of morons. Mm-hmm.
Oh! Yes.
They're lighting it on fire.
Hey!
Morons. Same thing happened in Cleveland when LeBron left, and then when he came back in 2014, they were like, I'm sorry, please come back. We don't mind having a championship. I never get people that burn jerseys. Like, you spent your hard-earned money on that, and nobody's impressed. Nobody's going, oh my God, you burned a jersey. That's so cool. Speaking of that, why is it always that the Raiders, I almost said Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders fans always get into fights? There was a fight between a Chargers fan, which I was surprised there was any Chargers fans, and a Raiders fan. A female fan gets body slammed outside the arena. I'll do the play-by-play here. The guy gets to the ground. He begins kicking him like a bitch. Then a woman steps in, starts punching. Then the guy falls to the ground. You hear that guy in the background? The movie Idiocracy has come to life. Then a woman gets thrown to the ground. Oh, yeah. But people in California try to tell us that California, it's not that bad. Doesn't seem great, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Also here, Big Lots has filed for bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. I thought Big Lots closed years ago. And it says right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are the top 10 most rude NFL fans. Number 1, Philadelphia Eagles, because they begin fights because they're losers. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys brag excessively. yeah, we won a bunch of Super Bowls back 30 years ago. It'd be like if we were in the 90s and we were bragging about the 1960s. It was 30 years ago, 360 months ago. Move on. Number 3, Raiders fans, drinks too much. 4, Patriots, drinks too much. And they brag too much. 5, Steelers, use profanity. 6, Packers, drinks too much. Bears fans, use profanity. Giants fans, Chiefs fans, and Bills fans round up the list and drink too much. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I like the NFL. I watch it. I'm excited that it's back. I'm like, woohoo! But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, some of these fans take it way too seriously. When Aaron Rodgers beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2011, I broke a plate in my house and my father got mad at me. Now I wouldn't care. It is crazy when all these fans get so mad over a game, over these athletes that don't care about you. It's the ultimate definition of small D energy. Nate Burleson, who I think is super corny, he says he's all for Taylor Swift making football plays. Yes, you've heard that correct. Someone who probably never watched the game before dating Travis Kelce. You know that they probably talk to all the NFL and analysts and are like, if you're asked publicly about Taylor, please bow down to her because she's so perfect.
Taylor Swift, right? People are saying that like she is kind of creating plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah, as she should.
What is the play Taylor Swift is choosing? Blame everybody else but not myself for my problems?
Right? Yeah, she's booed up. Travis Kelce. She might as well go into the facility, call some plays. They won 2 Super Bowls in a row, so she's doing something right.
What is she doing? She's making him look like an undercover cop. He was so good looking before, and I'm not into guys, but he was cool looking with his fade. Now he looks like a tool. What has she done for him? They won because of their skills. Get out of here.
Listen, if you have a man playing on the field as well as he is, typically there is a woman right next to him helping him achieve all of his dreams.
He sounds like he'd be whipped in a relationship, like he'd be begging for attention. Nate Burleson. Usually women are the ones that ruin your dreams.
I love that. Now,
I love that because I'm a paparazzi and I want to kiss your ass so you keep talking to me.
Fans, why are fans so mad? I mean,
I said the other.
All right. I don't want to hear him defend Taylor. The woke answer of, people are bothered by it because it's fake. It's not real. She's gone from boyfriend to boyfriend. She's probably been with more guys than Kim Kardashian. But it's never her fault. And what's annoying is you're not allowed to have these opinions without these Swifties freaking out. You don't want to meet your heroes. She doesn't care that you're defending her. Chester Bennington's son slams Linkin Park for replacing his late father with new singer Emily Armstrong. You have betrayed the trust of fans. I'll talk about this when I come back from break, but I'm just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's not even that because she's a woman. I'm not saying that's the reason why I don't like that they replaced Chester Bennington, one of the best singers ever, rest in peace, for her. But she's not good. She's like some woman you would hear at like an open mic night at some bar. It doesn't sound like real life. We will play that and more right after this, only on Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Yeah. R-U-L-E, ladies, money the crystal. Let's get 'em. Girl, you been checking on me, and I wanna know if we cut, what it's gonna be. You fucking with the rule, expect nothing less than diamonds. Benzes, Birkin, one thing's for certain. I'm searching for Miss Right now. Fuck Miss Right, baby, if you like, I get you out of them nights. Put you in them little cute peekaboo Jimmy Choos. If there's a problem, I'll show you.
We got a problem. She's too fine. The way she works her body, man, is used to be a player, but she's rocking my world. I know she's not gonna be okay if I leave, 'cause now her friends are stepping over, talking to me. My situation's changed, I'm caught up in a game that I can't win. How am I gonna get up? 'Cause the ass I can't resist, she's too fine. She's so fine, so fine. She's too fine. I'd give anything to make her mine. Girl, work your body, you got me all hypnotic. Can we get naughty? 'Cause girl, I want you bad, you're too fine. You want me now, I'm try to get to you. Nothing that I can do, everybody knows she's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. She's so fine.
Let's break it down for 1 minute now.
She look more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I settled on my girl, what you can be. I am the one. She took my hand to the floor when we got it done. The way she's shaking, man, there ain't no mistake.
Baby got too many issues, play too many games, got too many shoes to pack for 2 days. The good thing is I think she goes both ways. Head game main, brought 2 friends that look like twins, but let's play devil's advocate for a minute and handle our business. Bird or Goodman, baby, why wouldn't I give you everything your heart desires? Just so fine.
Work your body, you got me all hypnotic. Can we get naughty? 'Cause girl, I want you bad, you're too fine.
So
You
fine.
want me now, gon' try to get to you. Nothing that I can do, everybody knows she's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. She's so fine.
Freestyle, you know how we do it.
Oh, yeah. That was Christian Alexandra's and Ja Rule with Too Fine. I think the point of the song is that the girl is too fine. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that was the point.
Happy Hour will be right back.
This following segment, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, has been brought to you by a slew of sponsors. Rich Cayley, Master Barbershop at 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard at Salon Loft in Tampa. You go to richkbarber.com and you sign up for an appointment. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he will hook you up and you will save $10. But you can't just show up and go, hey, Rich, I want a haircut. You got to sign up at richkbarber.com. This is also being brought to you by westchaseprinting.com, the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. On the invoice, tell him that you heard about it on Hoppe Hour, and he will hook you up. This is also being brought to you by counselingoncall.net, or .com rather. counselingoncall.com. When I tell you, if you live in Maryland and Florida, and you need help with your mental health, I spoke to my psychologist today, known as Jay, and it was great. It helped out my mental health. This is also being brought to you by Mitra-9.com, the best kava and kratom around. Use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, DZBZ Honey at DZBZHoney.com. The best, and I mean the best, Delta 8 CBD honey around, and Amir Academy of Martial Arts at AmirAcademy.com. He is at 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg. Monday through Saturday, he has classes. 727-821-4097. That's 727-821-4097. All right, we got about 20 minutes left on the show, so let's get it going.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
What everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
Now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen,
listen to a radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com.
Yo, tune in when the clock strikes. Hoppe Hour, Ryan Hoppe on the mic. Got the topics that devour. Data, sex, celebs. Every single hour got you vibing in your car, feeling hella empowered. From breakups to makeup, stories on blast. Laugh till you cry, the good times never pass. Hopping on the trends, faster than a flash. Ryan spitting truth, radio icon of the mass. Hoppe Hour, it's a vibe. Get with the groove.
Yeah.
Ryan talking spicy like celebrity news. From love to lust and the dating cues. Every topic hot, sometimes a bit skewed. Got callers on the line, stories kinda wild. Ryan keeps it funny, never gets mild. Jokes flying loose like a brainchild. Hoppe Hour hustle, it's the king of dial. Tune your radios, let the Hoppe flow. Ryan brings the buzz, watch the energy grow. Celebs in the hot seat, a show like whoa. Dating gossip sizzle, making hearts glow. Hoppe Hour, it's a vibe, get with the groove. Ryan talking spicy like celebrity news. From love to lust and the dating cues. Every topic hot, sometimes a bit skewed.
Alrighty.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
What the hell is going on with Beyonce?
Even for a superstar like Beyonce, raising a family presents its challenges.
Yeah, I love when these reports come out and they're like, they're having parenting problems for Beyonce. It's like, they're human beings. Yeah, they're ultra famous and talented and good looking, but they're human beings too.
The Grammy winner is giving fans some rare insight into life with husband Jay-Z and the couple's 3 children, 12-year-old Blue Ivy.
He looks like he rolled out of a dumpster. Like, I love Jay-Z, but my God, bro.
And 7-year-old twins Rumi and Sir, revealing in a new GQ interview that she's committed to making life as normal as possible for her kids.
She does a good job of keeping them private. Like, she's not going to allow them to perform at her concerts, which I like.
The 43-year-old says in a new interview published September 10th, "One thing I've worked extremely hard on is making sure my kids can have as much normalcy and privacy as possible.
That's a good thing.
Ensuring my personal life isn't turned into a brand. It's very easy for celebrities to turn our lives into performance art. I have made an extreme effort to stay true to my boundaries and protect myself and my family. No amount of money is worth my peace."
Hell yeah. So then why didn't you dump Jay-Z when he cheated on you?
The Renaissance artist says that family comes first in her and Jay's household, explaining, "I build my work schedule around my family. I try to only tour when my kids are out of school. I always dreamt of a life where I could see the world with my family and expose them to different languages, architecture, and lifestyles." She adds, "Raising 3 kids isn't easy." The singer continues, "Parenting constantly teaches you about yourself. It takes a lot of prayer and patience. I love it. It's grounding and fulfilling."
Hell yeah, Beyonce. Keep up the good work. This next headline. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you Swifties need to admit that this is the fakest relationship ever. They were at the US Open and they were dancing and doing their thing. It's so fake.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce showing some 40 love at the US Open.
Listen, I'm just enjoying life. I'm living it to the fullest and I'm enjoying it.
Hell yeah, you are, even though you're whipped.
It's been amazing. Loving it.
The pair sharing quite a bit of...
She's got an annoying voice.
Loving it.
The pair sharing quite a bit of PDA at the men's singles final in New York City over the...
If you have to show, because they just had to report that they were going to have like a mutual breakup, like agreement and whatever, and they're probably mad that it came out. So you know that they're waiting like a little bit to try to make it work. But the couples that always have to show you that they're in love in public are the ones with the biggest skeletons in the closet. I am telling you. Why? Because the 2 times I've had a serious relationship, everybody was surprised when we broke up because all we did was post positive things on social media because it's fake.
The weekend, exchanging a few smooches, sharing a laugh, and getting pretty cozy.
And she was like dancing in that. She's so corny.
It's just been an amazing experience, you know, getting to know Tay.
And looks like the outing was a double date. Travis's Kansas City Chiefs teammate, Patrick Mahomes, and his wife, Brittany, joining the superstar couple at the championship.
I used to hate on Brittany because it was so easy, blah, blah, blah. And there were all these rumors, oh, Brittany wasn't in Taylor's box suite because she supported Trump. She's probably irritating to be around, and Taylor doesn't like that she's famous as well because everybody's got to bow down to Taylor. Here's the other thing. Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes used to drive me nuts, but they're just a normal couple, and she's just really supportive of her husband. That feels like a more genuine relationship than Taylor and Travis Kelce.
Like, how lucky am I?
Tay and Trav's sweet public displays coming days after the pop star hit up the Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to support her man.
And she's always doing this acting thing. Like, I know that she probably cares, but she always does these over-the-top faces whenever she's watching the game. Oh, yeah, but she's calling up plays, right? Get out of here. Nonsense.
Who took on the Baltimore Ravens during the NFL season opener. An eagle-eyed fan spotted what they think might be an Easter egg in Taylor's fit.
You never know what it's going to be.
There she is walking. She looks like she works on Nebraska Avenue in Tampa.
Hello. How are you guys?
That's Tay entering the stadium in this clip captured by Rob Collins, the sports director of Kansas City's Fox station. The singer rocking thigh-high boots, ones that she also appears to wear in her music video for Look What You Made Me Do.
Oh, so she's promoting herself. Cool!
Now to Apple, unveiling several new products, including the iPhone 16.
Oh, I wonder what it's going to do. Die faster and have a new cord?
It wasn't just the hardware making headlines. Consumer correspondent Becky Worley, she's all over this for you. Good morning, Becky.
Robin, good morning. You're right. Not just about the hardware. Apple making a big show about the iPhone's new artificial intelligence, which they call Apple Intelligence. It'll offer features like writing suggestions, photo editing tools, and AI-generated emojis.
AI is taking over the world.
Example was tell it to create a cowboy frog emoji. Okay, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Apple is not the first company to do this. Google adding AI to their new Pixel phone last month, though.
Oh, wow.
Robin.
All right, so tell us about the hardware improvements and those other features on the new phone and watch, Becky.
Yeah.
Those always do feel like goodies, right? So let's start with the iPhone 16 that you mentioned. An improved camera, a better ultra-wide lens, a 5x telephoto in the Pro.
Is the camera going to be able to take a picture of the moon? I'm telling you, I cannot figure out on my iPhone how to take a picture of the moon.
Models, video recording that now has improved audio. So it'll let you isolate a speaker's voice and minimize background noise like wind. There's now a physical camera control button on the side of the phone that gives you one-touch abilities to take photos or videos. Moving over to the AirPods. The AirPods Pro can now give you a clinically validated hearing test.
Hell yeah. I don't care. I have this problem with my iPhone where if I don't have it plugged in, it might be connected to Wi-Fi overnight. And my phone battery was at like 87 and I was too high to plug it in. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to go to bed. I woke up, it was at like 55 and I had no apps open. If you've been having that same experience, let me know. But it happened to me. 856-49-HOPPE. Tyrese Gibson child support case released after contempt charge. Attorney files appeal. Tyrese was released from custody Monday after his attorney Tanya Mitchell-Graham filed an appeal of the judge's ruling. He did not pay the $73,000 that he owes for child support. Here he is on his Instagram. Let me see here. Oh, he deleted it. How timely. I have no respect for deadbeat fathers whatsoever. So I'm not going to even give him attention. Also here on Hoppe Hour, Angel Reese, who is a good basketball player and is definitely 1B to 1A being Caitlin Clark. They've made basketball relevant. She has all these rebounds, but people don't realize it's because she misses all her shots. Well, this happened.
WNBA star rookie Angel Reese will sit out the rest of the season after suffering a wrist injury during a game on Friday night. Reese has had a phenomenal first season, setting a WNBA record with 15 double-doubles, already breaking the league's single-season rebounds record.
Because you're missing all your shots. You were going like 4 for 14. Of course you're going to grab the rebounds.
And ending her first year averaging more than 13 points and rebounds per game. Reese posting a message on Instagram on Saturday, writing, "Although this is God's timing and not mine, I am finally able to give myself a physical and mental break."
That's not something you want to hear from a competitor. I need a physical and mental break. You're supposed to be in the playoffs. You're supposed to be this great player. I need a break. Because you care too much. 856-49 Hoppe. I'm going through speed round right now. What the hell is going on with this?
Grammy Award winner Kendrick Lamar is set to pop out on the NFL's biggest stage in
that announcer thought he was so cool saying that. Pop out!
February in New Orleans. The Not Like Us rapper took to social media, making the announcement alongside the NFL, Rock Nation, and Apple.
This is going to be such a boring halftime show. Like, I love Kendrick Lamar. I think his music's good, but it's very much performance art. Like, last year, Usher was good. And then Jennifer Lopez was good. Shakira was good. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of the rappers, 50 Cent and all of them were good. He's not exciting music. And there's going to be a lot of hatred from A, racists, and B, boomers. They kind of go together.
Music. Lamar is now the only rap artist to ever solo headline the Super Bowl. But not everyone is excited about the news. I want to bring in ESPN sports and culture.
All right, I don't need to let these other reporters tell my audience how to think. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Everyone's going to hate this halftime show. It's going to be very woke. It's going to be I think there's going to be a lot of drums. His songs are good, but they're like 5 minutes long. And it's not like halftime music. I just hear it right now. Everyone's going to say, this is the worst halftime ever. If you go on Twitter during the halftime, Elon Musk's algorithm is going to show how awful it is, blah, 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 da-da-da, It's going to make Kendrick even more famous. But you know Drake's freaking out because there's that diss song about him being a pedophile, which is pretty much true. Speaking of weirdos.
Shailene Woodley is opening up about her love life 2 years after her split from Aaron Rodgers.
I bet dating Aaron Rodgers is so fake.
The actress, who was previously engaged to NFL star Aaron Rodgers before their 2022 breakup, is getting candid about how her outlook on romance has changed as a result of her relationships.
You know, Aaron Rodgers definitely kind of ruins women a little bit.
She tells Bustle in an interview published on September 9th, quote,
"Yeah,
I give all of myself. I used to be a person who, if you crossed me and disrespected that, would continue to give and give."
So that means that Aaron Rodgers disrespected her.
And now you cross me, I respectfully go, thank you so much for that information.
It's like that Ariana Grande song, "Thank you, next."
Have a beautiful life. I wish you well, not interested. However, Shailene is looking forward to still having that forever one day with someone special.
Why? None of these current day relationships seem to work. The scariest part about relationships is in the moment you're thinking this is the one, and then when you're not blindsided by getting laid all the time and having a hot girlfriend, you go, she's just another skeleton. That's a very dark way of looking at it, but we're all skeletons. And these hot girls, it's crazy.
The 32-year-old adds, quote, I don't think I ever really had expectations of life. I don't have a that should have happened by now kind of thing.
Me neither.
I wake up every day and I say out loud, I'm so excited for the magic and miracles that are going to happen today.
I wake up and I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
As for what Shailene hopes the future holds, she reveals, quote, I want to be a mom. My God. I want to cook someone dinner every night and travel the world with them.
You think that. You think you want to cook them dinner every night, but you probably don't.
And have pillow talk and celebrate their joys and their purpose and their destinies and have mine also be celebrated. She continues, I want to find a person to do life with.
Hell yeah.
And have a family.
All right. So she wants all the nice things in life. We get it. Now, this next headline. I find it absolutely, positively ridiculous that the band known as Linkin Park, without Chester Bennington, is continuing to go on without Chester. And no, it's not because she's a woman. She sucks at singing, and she supports rapists.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Dirty, rotten imbecile.
Emily Armstrong is taking back her previous support. The recently announced lead singer of Linkin Park opens up about her prior support of Danny Masterson during the preliminary hearings ahead of his 2020 trial for sexual assault.
Now you're saying that because you want to be a part of the band. But you never said it for the last 4 years. If you would have said last year, hey, I shouldn't have done that, that's fine. But you're saying it's because you got caught, you loser.
And clarifies that she does not, quote, condone abuse or violence against women.
It sounds like you do.
Writing on her Instagram story September 6th, several years ago, I was asked to support someone I considered a friend at a court appearance and went to one early hearing as an observer. Soon after, I realized I shouldn't have. She continues, I always try to see the good in people, and I misjudged him. I have never spoken with him since. Unimaginable details emerged, and he was later found guilty. To say it as clearly as possible, I do not condone abuse or violence against women, and I empathize with the victims of...
She's a part of the church, quote unquote, of Scientology, it says here on all these websites. So that's why, because all those creeps in that religion and people in Tampa, where I'm located, are so afraid to speak out about it because there's money. They're a bunch of rapist creeps. I'm sorry.
Of these crimes. Emily's explanation comes after Linkin Park, which went on hiatus when lead singer Chester Bennington died in 2017, announced it would be returning with a new vocalist. However, upon learning it was Emily who would be touring with the group, many spoke out about her past actions.
Yeah. I don't even know why you would defend him, because that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. It shows that she's a moron.
Chief among the critics was Mars Volta singer Cedric Bixler-Zafala and his wife,
what a name,
Chrissy Carnell-Bixler, the latter of whom has self-identified as one of the women to accuse Danny of sexual assault. According to Billboard, Cedric recirculated screenshots of comments he wrote on Emily's former band's Instagram page last year, in which he called out her alleged ties to the Church of Scientology, which Danny is a member of.
I used to go, oh, it's not a religion because it was created in the 1970s. But in reality, it's just like every other religion. They cover up rapists.
Cedric and his wife also once belonged to the church. The couple have alleged the church harassed them following their allegations against Danny.
My uncle, rest in peace to my uncle, in the 80s, he had a roommate that joined a religion and tried to leave. They don't just go, see ya, bye-bye. They're pretty pushy.
Cedric wrote in the comment, per Billboard, do your fans know about your friend Danny Masterson, your rapist friend? Remember how your fellow Scientologist Goon Squad surrounded one of the Jane Does when she was trying to leave the elevator?
Yeah.
E! has reached out to the Church of Scientology for comment, as well as reps for Linkin Park, but has not yet heard back.
Of course they're not going to, because then they'll incriminate themselves.
According to NBC News, in September of 2023, Danny was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison after being found guilty of raping 2 women.
All right, we remember that. I got a few minutes left here. I got to get out of here soon. 856-49-HOPPY. Here's a lighthearted topic.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Remember 5 years ago, right around the time I began doing this format of Hoppe Hour, Jordan Woods had Tristan Thompson cheat. And she claimed it was just a kiss, but we know it's more like other things. Well, Jordan Woods and Kylie reunited. Woohoo! All is great in the world.
Okay, guys, we're back.
Kylie Jenner and Jordan Woods are putting the past behind them. On September 6th, the Kardashian star posted a video to her TikTok of her BFF Stassi and Jordan Woods lip-syncing to an audio of Kim Kardashian from their Hulu show.
Oh, they're so cute. They have side chick energy because they are.
And it's safe to say the trio is officially back together.
Okay, guys, we're back. Did you miss us?
All right. This is more of a visual, but that was a good time in America when Tristan Thompson got caught cheating, but it was just a kiss. Speaking of someone that knows about just being a kiss, Kamala Harris. Tonight we got the presidential debate. I don't care. But this South Park clip, giant douche and turd sandwich, perfectly describes tonight's debate.
This is Debate 2004 with your host, Jim Lehrer. Welcome to the cable access televised debate between a giant douche and a turd sandwich. We'll start with giant douche. Sir, some students and parents are reluctant to have a giant douche represent them. What do you say to those people? Jim, first of all, I would like to thank you for monitoring this debate. And I would like to thank all of the students and their parents for coming.
Suck up! Suck up! Shh! What? That's an obvious suck up move.
But I would hope that those students and their parents who question my qualities would simply look at my opponent. He is a turd sandwich.
You're a turd sandwich.
No, sir, if you'll pardon me, you are in fact the turd sandwich.
You're a turd sandwich.
Sir, you are a turd sandwich.
You're a turd sandwich.
Turd sandwich, I will ask you not to speak out of turn.
I'm sorry, Jim.
Anyway, as I was saying, wait, I forgot what I was saying.
Ha, what a douche.
All right, turd sandwich, this next question is for you. How should South Park Elementary enforce its laws of conduct for young athletes during sporting events?
My opponent wouldn't even know the answer to that question. If you ask him the same question, he would not answer it. He would stand around and just babble on and on about nothing until finally he was saved by the buzzer that...
Your time is up, turd.
Good old South Park. All right. This has been Hoppe Hour. I interviewed Chad Zumock tonight, and by the time you are listening to this, it will be up. It was a good time. Check that out. Spread the word of Hoppe Hour. I appreciate it. But we, of course, cannot end the show without this. Goodbye.
Tick-tock, clock's a joke, we're playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show, and now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine, the void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speaker, silent vibe coming to an end, like a rollercoaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Like that, he's gone. Hoppe Hour is now over.
Happy Hour is now over.